Top of the sunrise, top of the sunrise. It's another day. Be grateful, be thankful. See another day. You should be grateful and be thankful. Now, a few things I want to touch on today, this morning, or this AM, or this sunrise. I don't like to use just some of those words. But this sunrise, this new day, I'd like to touch on a few different topics. One is the things you read and consume affects the way you're thinking. As a man, you should want to read less of 48 Laws of Power, less of Art of Seduction, and more of the Bible, the Quran, the Tanakh, the holy books, because they describe the attributes of God in those books. And as a man, you should fashion your way behind the traits of God instead of opinion of other men who lived before us. I'm not saying you don't learn from those before you, but don't fashion your life directly behind them, because we live in a new day. Therefore, you should try to, take some from that and strain out what's necessary and useful for this day and age. Moreover, more forward. God forgives, so I do too. Because that's an act of God. If you read the books, tell you that God is a forgiving God. Now, if God did not forgive you, if God forgives, why shouldn't you? You understand? Because no man is perfect that's on this earth. Therefore, if you want forgiveness from God, you must project that energy out as well. You get back what you put out. Moreover, another trait of God is king. You understand? Creativity is king. Knowledge is king. So as a king, as a God, on this earth, which is man, God on this earth, and woman, because it's feminine and masculine. But as a man, you should forgive, because that's godly, and it's not spitefulness. Men don't deal with spite, you understand? That's a female trait. Just like being jealous, that's a female trait. They say God is a jealous God, but they not breaking it down to you that's the feminine aspect of God, because it's masculine and feminine. You should only display masculine traits and feminine traits when necessary. I don't know if it's ever necessary, but it comes a time and place where you must, don't be flexible, don't bend. But back on track here. Knowledge. If you forsaking people from knowledge, that's a sin. That's an abomination. And as a man, you don't want nothing to do with that word. Anything abomination, stray away from that. Go away from that. Nothing. You don't want nothing to do with that word. Now, to withhold knowledge is not good. It's not righteous. The job of the righteous is to teach. And now that goes more forward to my point today. My point today is someone asked me how to basically get into the vegan or plant-based diet. How do I get myself into that? And normally I'll say, hit my Cash App and I'll send it to you. But we're not doing that today. Today I feel very given, So I'll give you some tips on that right now. The number one tip is get yourself something that has minerals in it, a high level of minerals. This way it'll suppress that hunger and you don't be hungry, because once the body is consuming a certain amount of minerals on a daily basis, how much food you put in the gut doesn't even matter. It's about how much minerals you consuming, the body consuming. So fill yourself up with minerals. So get some sea moss, get some moringa leaves or moringa seeds, and consume those on a daily basis. Get some burdock roots, get some yellow duck roots, get some bladderwrack. Those things have minerals in it, you understand? Even mullein leaves, even chickweed, you understand? Black walnuts. There's a few to name out of many, but other than that, you want to consume a lot of water Water helps flush out toxins in the waste. I'm talking about H2O. That is necessary. You need H2O. It's very necessary. Also, you want the water from fruit. So you want to consume berries and melons a lot. A lot of those berries and melons, whether it's watermelons, honeydew, cantaloupe, and you want to have cucumbers. You understand? Those are good source of, you know, water, fruit water. You know, water from fruit. You'll get a lot of that from those. And another thing is the average person in this country, America, they consume 3 meals a day. And normally those 3 meals a day consist of at least one type of meat. So you're eating 3 meals a day times 7 days a week. Do the math on that. That's a lot of meat you consuming. So you're not giving your body time to flush that out and get rid of that. So you want to limit how much meat you consume. So if 7 days a week, you should try to come to the conclusion of eating, I say, 3 servings of meat, 4 to 3 servings of meat weekly. You understand? Weekly. 3 to 4 servings of meat weekly. And then you'll start cutting down even more because you want to shrink the stomach. You want to shrink this. You want to shrink that as much as possible because this isn't necessary to be full. You want less than this as possible. Therefore, your body can function properly because if the stomach is full and the colon is full and backed up, your body is so focused on processing this food and breaking down this food that it don't got the strength or the attention. It's not putting attention on anything else that you might need. That's why fasting is necessary. Fasting increases muscle development. I'm on Ramadan right now. You see these cuts? You see that muscle development there? Nothing left me. I'm still there. So don't let them tell you fasting and eating veggies and fruit is gonna make you smaller. It's not. Veggies and fruits. Now back to that. Fruit is very necessary to break down the vegetables that you eat. So you can't just eat kale, watercress, deal with the greens without dealing with the fruit. It goes hand in hand. It's a balance thing. So you need both. And you need more of the fruit in order to break down the veggies. So consume a lot of fruits, whether it's apples, even key limes is good. Squeeze some of that in your spring water and drink that. Now that's real alkaline water there. It has minerals now. It has content. It has minerals. So don't allow nobody to tell you to don't drink water. That's the one thing. You need water if you're gonna be on this journey, as far as eating better and eating healthy, because water is gonna help break down those foods as well. But limit your consumption, your intake on the meat. Limit that. So no more 3 meals a day, 7 days a week. Limit the amount of times you eat daily. So you should eat about 2 meals a day, 5 days a week. Take 2 days to fast or one day to fast. You got to take baby steps before you can do this. Like the average person that eat 3 meals a day, 7 days a week, they can't just jump into Ramadan and be eating 1 meal before sunrise and then 1 meal when sundown. They're not going to be able to do that because their stomach is so stretched out that those hunger pains are going to hit. It's like a balloon. You just blowing up that balloon. So fasting allows that balloon to slowly shrink up and shrink up and shrink up. You understand? And that's what you want. You want the smallest stomach as possible with big muscles, man. That's what it's about. I never seen a gorilla with a 6-pack, but understand, we not gorillas, we are men. And man is the greatest creation of God, you understand, besides the sun. Well, we are children of the sun if you're a melanated being, so we're kind of equivalent to that sun. But yeah, sun, peace. Y'all be well. Stay active, stay dangerous. And also, last but not least, Polo, holla at me. Polo, holla at me. I need a job. Making these things look good for you. probably increased the sales just now. Now, let me not get all cocky and vanity. We don't deal with that. But peace, stay dangerous.